You promised yourself this time you mean it. For the next 3 days, you eat salads, jog, and nibble on protein bars. Then within a few days, you are the couch with a tub of Ben and Jerry's ice cream. What happened? A lack of motivation, that's what. But don't worry, if you put your mind to it, you can avoid the yo-yo diet and turn it into a yo-yo look awesome diet. Method 1. Starting a motivating routine. 1. Set a realistic goal. Saying, "I want to lose 50 pounds in the next couple of weeks," is just plain unrealistic. The weight did not go on that quickly, so it will not come off that quickly. If you set goals that you cannot possibly obtain, of course you will be discouraged. Consult a medical professional to determine what a sensible weekly or monthly goal should be. What is right for one person will be unhealthy for another, depending on your starting weight, age, activity level, gender, and so on. Consider getting a trainer. More on this later. When becoming more physically fit, it helps to know what you are capable of, and you simply may not know what is realistic and what is not. A good trainer can help you develop a goal and a plan to help you reach your potential. In general, the slower the weight comes off, the more likely it will stay off. A drastic weight loss will usually be interpreted as your body is a famine situation, creating a nasty cycle in which metabolism drops, you suffer physical discomfort, and generally you cannot keep it up. 1 pound is 3,500 calories. Cutting 500 calories a day with no added exercise is a pound a week. 2. Find a weight loss partner. Finding a partner lets you tap into the power of teamwork. Having someone to cheer you on, be accountable to, and work out with will keep you more likely to stay on track. Ideally, have an individual with similar health goals. If you are a 45-year-old woman trying to lose 40 pounds. 3. Join a class. Whether or not you have a workout buddy, consider joining a class. Can be like having 30 buddies and a coach. Classes often require money up front, they often take attendance, and those will cause some healthy guilt if you do not go. There are a lot of exercise classes available. No one type of exercise class is right for everyone, and there are more options than ever before. And feel free to look beyond the gym or fitness center. Signing up for horseback riding lessons, or learning to ski, or trying out Tai Chi at the park are all classes too. Find a level that suits you. A good yoga studio, for example, may have workouts for seniors, serious athletes, pregnant women, beginning adults, parents with young children, and more. Consider learning a new skill. There is a vast world of physical skills out there to explore. While there is nothing wrong with just walking, some people like to learn something. This could be taking salsa lessons, karate, rock climbing, or belly dance. 4. Start an exercise log. Writing down your progress makes everything concrete. You can choose to write it down however you like, but we'll cover 2 forms. Start an exercise log. This is where you'll write down what you do every day, how many calories you've burned, how close you are to your goal, and the food choices you've made. If you have a buddy, share it with them for extra responsibility. Start an exercise blog. This will be published to the internet world. Ultimate exposure, if anyone reads it, of course. With this, you take a more creative route, including all of the factors of an exercise log, but also how you feel about it, the obstacles you're facing, and how it feels to be making the progress. Just make sure you keep writing in it. 5. Get a trainer. Don't have a friend that wouldn't either totally school you or encourage you to go to Starbucks instead. Well then, a trainer may be your best bet. Find one that jives with your personality though. One that makes you feel terrible will end up in you faking sick. Generally, any gym can provide you with a trainer. Hopefully, you can be able to try out a couple for an introductory session for free. Ask around for those with a good reputation and only work with those that clearly know what they're doing and respect your weight loss goals. 6. Sign up for a special athletic event. When you have an official due date on your fitness, it becomes a specific goal to work towards. Be sure it is something you would find enjoyable and appropriate to your physical abilities. Some examples. Participating at your local Relay for Life event. Running a 5K race. Able to go snorkeling on your vacation. Be able to hike the entire trail at a local park. Defeat an opponent in a fencing tournament. Ballroom dance at your son's wedding. Many training programs and apps are available to help you go from couch to 5K by alternating walking and running. It's totally okay to take walking breaks. Running in the USA.com and NextBib offer comprehensive lists of runs in the USA. So no excuses, signing up is just a few button clicks away. 7. Do not compare yourself to past versions of you. Posting pictures of yourself when you were younger, skinnier, more athletic, or whatever can ultimately be demotivating. Even if you lose weight, you will not become that former version of you. Comparing yourself at age 50 to a teen version of you is unfair. Teenagers typically have faster metabolisms, have not had children, as many health issues, and often have more free time to exercise. Instead, try putting up images more reflective of what should motivate you and inspire you today. Pictures that you think you look good in recently. You do not have to look skinny, but looking happy, relaxed, silly, in a recital you are proud of, whatever makes you happy when you look at it. Feeling good at looking at yourself encourages you to take care of you. Photos of favorite places to be active, the tropical island you are hoping to kayak around, your favorite swimming beach, that picture of you at the finish line of the fun run. Photos of your friends, family, and other loved ones. You are taking care of you so you can take care and be with these people. Inspirational quotes. Whether it is a favorite Bible quote, something from a movie, or what someone wrote in your yearbook, inspiration can help move you forward. 8. Toss out clothes that do not fit you. Some people make the mistake of trying to diet into a piece of clothing as a goal. Repeatedly trying on clothing that does not fit you can be demotivating. Also, instead of choosing clothing that flatters you, you are trying to force clothing to determine how you feel about you, which can lead to you feeling poorly about your body. If you feel bad about your body, you may not take care of it as you should. The old idea is that if you constantly feel tight and pinched and uncomfortable in your clothes, it will be a constant reminder to keep to the diet plan. But being in discomfort is not usually inspiring. Usually what happens is a person feels miserable and ashamed, and more depressed about being overweight. This misery tends to lead to more overeating and not exercising. Instead of being inspired by clothing, clothing ends up being a source of misery. Another old idea is to have a clothing size as a weight loss goal. However, clothing sizes are often not standard at all. And the cut of a garment can greatly affect the fit and look on a body. Also, there is always the possibility the size 6 dress size you had in high school is not a realistic goal as a 45-year-old woman. 9. Tell your family, roommates, and friends about your plans. Holding yourself accountable is often a key element of a health plan. When you feel that what you do will be communicated to others, you are more likely to make smart decisions. Also, those close to you can encourage you and help you on your way. You do not have to make yourself vulnerable to criticism, however. Some people may not be the best people to get involved with your health plans. It is okay to keep your plans only to people you feel comfortable with including in your plans. Sometimes there are people in our lives who are not supportive, are overly critical, or should not be privy to your weight loss program. Likewise, you may want to keep your plans to a select list of people. For example, posting what you ate during the day and your workout to Facebook can work as a sort of blogging. But does everyone on your friends list want to get daily updates on what you ate for breakfast? Do you really want people at work to know how much you weigh? And if you skip Zumba class, will your sister make a snarky comment on that instead of saying something useful? It may be better to have a private list for this. Letting others know can help them plan accordingly. For instance, if you are on a diet and exercise plan. 10. Get into books, blogs, and success stories. Seeing that hundreds of others have gone through the same thing you have can be incredibly motivating. Some of their stories may even touch your heart. Also, you may need to see others can and do succeed. Successful weight loss stories can be found all over the place. Try AuthenticallyEmi.com, CanYouStayForDinner.com, and BloggingRunner.com for starters. Especially if you do not have a lot of role models around you, it can be helpful to hear other people's stories. Not only will you be motivated, these can be used as resources, too. Next. Set up a reward system. Humans are evolved enough to the point where we can train ourselves, but not so evolved that we can't not be manipulated by certain tricks of the trade. Set up the right reward system and your brain will be putty in your hands. Some like to devise a point system. For every good decision, be it food or exercise, you get a point. When you reach 100 points, treat yourself to something you'd enjoy, like a massage or a shopping trip. Don't reward yourself with unhealthy decisions, such as going to McDonald's or buying more sweets that are high in sugar. This will only undo your hard work. Some like to bank their progress. Every time you have a good day, you put some money into a jar. That money goes to your reward, whatever it is. Your reward doesn't only have to be at the end. Set it for a certain amount of miles, a certain amount of calories cut or weight lost, or a certain amount of days you've gone without caving. Making them constant will keep them in sight. Next, set up a punishment system. A system like this can be motivating, although unpleasant. For example, if you do not reach a certain goal, you have to donate money to a political party you do not support, or give it to a family member, or do a particularly unpleasant chore. Give a certain amount of money to a friend, if you can't trust yourself to keep to your word. Tell them if you don't meet your goal, they have to take that money and donate to some organization that goes against your belief system. They'll be more than happy to help. Spend time thinking positively. If your thought process solely consists of, "I'm so fat. I'll never make any progress," you risk living a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you start thinking positively, the idea of accomplishing something difficult becomes more believable because you feel better about yourself. You know you can do it. And you can. If positive thinking is particularly difficult for you, which is totally normal, set aside a few minutes every day to focus on it. When you start thinking negatively, stop and start over. What do you like about yourself? What do others say they like about you? What are you good at? Over time, this will become easier and easier, just like anything else. Method 2. Motivating your diet and workout. 1. Pace yourself. It is usually better to start of a little easy, rather than taking on too much too soon. This is especially true if you have been relatively inactive for a while, or are older. Taking on too much too soon can hurt your body, causing injury, and tanking your workout program. Only do what you can so your body can keep up. If you have not worked out in a while, start out small. Spend a week gauging your fitness level. When you have found what's easy and what's hard, start working your way up from there. Only increase by 10% each time to avoid wreaking havoc on yourself. 2. Keep it fresh and fun. Maybe you've been running that same 5K 3 times a week and that last 10 pounds you want to lose just is not coming off. You and your body might be becoming bored with your routine. Mix it up with some cross-training, find a class you'd enjoy, or set a new specific exercise goal. The best way to lose weight is with cardio and weights. If you have only been doing one or the other, this may be your problem. If you hate the exercise, it is not the workout for you. Running is great exercise, but if you hate running, do not run. If you hate doing what you're doing, you will not stick with it. Invest your time and energy into an activity you feel good while doing and it'll become a lifelong hobby. Change your routine routinely. Changing your routine every few months keeps boredom at bay and helps prevent damage from repetitive use. It also allows a program to follow the seasons. Running in the fall may be a pleasure, but maybe not so much in the depths of winter. 3. Change the way you talk about your diet. Telling both yourself and other people that you don't eat certain things rather than you can't eat certain things has been shown to improve your ability to stick to your resolutions. Likewise, try to think of exercise as a part of your daily routine, rather than something you are obligated to do. 4. Count your calories/miles/steps. If you are only going for weight loss, it's gonna be a drought of results for a while. Instead, consider looking at different numbers that you can see build up on the daily. After just 1 week of walking, you'll rake up tens of thousands of steps. That number is going to feel mighty impressive. This is where your log comes in handy. Write everything down soon, you'll be addicted to the feeling after, anxious to see the numbers pile up. Can you imagine having ran 15 miles this week, cutting 4,500 calories and clocking in 30,000 steps? Don't know how to count your steps? Simple, get a pedometer. 5. Only limit, never eliminate food. If your trip to the grocery store involves not making eye contact with the ice cream aisle, you're setting yourself up for disaster. A day is going to come when you decide to throw caution to the wind, abandon Jillian Michaels and decide Sarah Lee is your new BFF. To avoid this day from looming on the horizon, allow yourself a bit of wiggle room. Never say to yourself, "I can't eat that. I'm dieting." You'll just feel deprived. Instead, eat 1/4 of what you normally might eat, but eat it slowly, in between drinks of water. Drinking more water and eating slowly will naturally cut down your appetite. The color blue is an appetite suppressant. If you're having a little cheat, consider putting it on a blue plate. 6. Turn off the negativity. It's easy to get super frustrated when it comes to weight loss. It never, ever goes as fast and easily as we want it. You may feel like you've put in 120% for the last 2 weeks, get on the scale, and find that you've dropped half a pound. We've all been there, and it sucks. The easiest thing to do is get negative. Don't succumb to it. That's how you become demotivated. Instead, concentrate on your progress. That log you've been keeping is beautiful. It's proof that you're on the right track. Go back to it and revisit your numbers. Set aside time to worry later. Right now it's time to make good decisions. 7. Keep it short and sweet. Plenty of us make the excuse, "I just don't have the time," or "working out is so boring." Well, newsflash, high-intensity interval training can be done in minutes and burns tons of calories. The excuses just got schooled. To do this, all you have to do is do intense bouts of exercise between periods of rest. And saying you'll burn calories is an understatement. They'll practically vanish in a glittery poof of air. It can be done with anything, but a simple example is on the treadmill. Start walking for a few minutes, blast up to 90% of your maximum heart rate for 30 seconds, and then return to your walking speed for a minute. After that, go back to the super intense level for 30 seconds. Do this 8 to 10 times. And then, you're done. Consult a doctor before you try this regimen if you have even the slightest of health concerns. It is not for the faint of heart. 8. Get some sweet gear. Starting running, going to the gym or taking a class is a lot easier if you have new stuff to try out. Get some new tennis shoes, new headphones, or just a new exercise outfit. Anything to keep the workout spicy.